Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Apparatus Mini Pendant 187250. It's an awesome pendant for people that are looking for a smaller pendant that can put out quite a bit of light. Let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, and that's going to be independent of what it's hanging from, which are these interconnected rods I'll get to in just a second. 3.9 inches tall and 4 inches in diameter, so it's a great size. Overall height, now you're talking the distance from the bottom of the fixture, which is going to be the bottom of the glass, to the ceiling itself. You're going to have a range using these interconnecting pieces of 7 inches at its smallest, shortest, 52 at its longest. If you're looking for longer than that 52, drop me a quick email, let me know what you're looking for and a solid number. So let's say 75 or 89 or something like that. And you're going to say you're looking at an 187250 and you need 89. So I'm going to take your email, I'm going to send it through Hubbardton Forge's Customs Department and Engineering. They're going to come back to me what we can do. Adds a little time, adds a little money, but we do customs every day. It's not a big deal. Okay, now let's hop into a couple quick things. So, this starts off at 7 inches, which means that this can be actually a semi-flush, which is awesome. You'll notice this is also in our semi-flush area of our website. So you can use this in all kinds of applications. You could use it in a hallway, in a closet, in a bedroom. You can use it in a laundry room, a bathroom would be perfect. And overall height, like I said, you can get to 52, but you can get well in the range all over the place of where you guys want to be. So let's say you're putting this over a kitchen island and you want to have 3 or 4 of these over the island. I would have them anywhere from 30 to 36 inches over the island. The one that I would put over the sink, I don't want to necessarily look at it dead on. I want it to be over my eye level. So that one I would have shorter. So this will give you the opportunity to have the one over the sink higher than your eye level, so you're not looking directly into it. And the other guys over the island, you can have them basically wherever you want them. Okay, now let's get into a couple other quick things. Let's talk about those interconnecting rod systems that Hubbardton Forge is using. So how they do it is you're going to have a whole bunch of these coming at you. You're going to have 3 pieces of the 12, 1 of the 6, and 1 of the 3 inch. And then you have these inter pieces that go in between each of them and have threading on each side. And once you put these together, it's a really clean look. You barely even can notice it. This will go together like that. And how I recommend putting these together is basically take a couple towels, lay them on your counter, figure out which pipes you need to get to the length you're looking for, lay the part with the wires, the head of it here. This is the canopy I'll talk about in a second. That'll be at the other end like that. And just lay the pieces out and just slowly snake the wire through each piece one by one. Once you get it exiting the canopy, you're just going to do what I'm doing right here and just screw them together and you're good to go. Don't put the glass on until you actually have it up. That's going to be something you want to tackle. Let's talk about canopy really quick. It's going to be a 5.5 inch round canopy. I want to show you more about this, and how we do it is we look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on this side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF, so open that up for me. Lots of good information there. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put the bulb in, which is super easy, how to put the glass on. It's going to show you detailed drawings of the canopy, which is really cool, as well as all the rest of this. It's going to show you that this is slope ceiling adaptable already to 45 degrees, up to 45 degrees. So if you guys are working with a cathedral ceiling, you have no problem as long as you're within a 45 degree, which most of them are going to be, okay? Okay, let's move on from there and let's talk about what's inside of this. It's going to be using a G9 socket, which basically is the bulbs have 2 little loops on the bottom, and they just plug right in like that. Okay, you'll notice this is a 60 watt max for an incandescent halogen bulb. If you guys want to stay with a halogen bulb, if you want to do LED, you can do LED. We do LEDs in our showroom. We have this on display with an LED in it, and I think it's this LED, quite honestly. A couple quick things. If you are going to be using a halogen bulb, which is like this guy here, you don't really want to be able to see it, and this is going to come with this little frosted diffuser and has threading on the end of it, allowing it to screw on right over the socket. Okay, if you're using an LED, it's up to you whether you use that or not. It really just makes it so you can't really see the bulb. But if you're using an LED, a lot of the LEDs actually have a frosting on them like this one does, and it would be absolutely fine. If you're looking for LEDs, the best place to basically to go look is Amazon, quite honestly. You can go to your local hardware store, you can go to a big box store, but Amazon's pretty good at this kind of thing. You just put into the search G9 LED, and up pops a big page of LEDs. And there's going to be lots of differences between them, which we're going to touch on right now. There are two things that are really important. There's wattage equivalence, and then there's the color of the light. So all the time in all these videos, I talk about the color of light coming out of LEDs. People are just kind of getting up to speed with their LED story. So you have super yellow light that's available. That's called 2700 Kelvin. And that's going to be like a setting sun or a turning down an incandescent bulb. That's going to be very, very yellow light. If you guys want what's called daylight, and daylight's a misnomer. People think daylight is a setting sun. It's not. Daylight is very blue. It's like a hospital waiting room. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale, and that'll be listed on the page and it'll be listed on the box for the bulbs. The one to really zero in on is 3,000 Kelvin. So the light that's coming down on me now, this is nice warm light, and this is 3,000 Kelvin. People come into our showroom and they think this is incandescent light. They don't even know it's an LED, which is great. And more about that, you've got all of these different wattage equivalents. So this guy's a 40 watt equivalent, this is a 60 watt equivalent. This one has these that have this orange strip going through them. Sometimes they're just kind of orange wires. It's called a phosphorus LED. The ones that look like corn cobs, it's called a Cob LED. And I tend to buy this one all the time. This is a 75 watt equivalent LED, 3000 Kelvin, which I recommend for this. If you guys want to go a little shorter, this one might actually crest into the glass a little bit, that you might be able to see the tip of this. But there's lots of them that are shorter too that you can get. And this one's also dimmable, so that's going to be a big deal. Make sure you buy a dimmable bulb when you are buying your LEDs. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.